Doing
And
all
we
right.
are
Good
here.
evening.
Yeah, this is a very exciting evening. We're live from Boston, Massachusetts. We've moved all the way over from Chicago, Illinois to Boston, Massachusetts because we are here at PAX. The electricity is in the air. There are sweaty nerds everywhere. It's an amazing scene, and in the midst of all that, we are playing Hockey Question Mark. Not only Hockey Question Mark, but the brand new version. You are looking live at the Proto Royale with Cheese Arena, where we are looking at the new build of the new version of Hockey Question Mark for the open skates tonight, and already some shots going close to the net. It is 2-1 in favor of the red team as people start to join here. But yes, we Cryptic Sea is Alex and Luke are working on the new version of the game, and you are seeing the fruits of their labor, at least so far, and what they've got. And it's come a long way from the version with the cheesesteak machine that we first saw back in December, I believe it was, when we first got word that this new version was coming out. So lots of changes have been made, and even from the night before, there are changes made. The game is running much smoother even than it was yesterday when we ran a test of it with a lot of these guys. So lots is happening, and you will see this in the open skate, but we will be bringing you, of course, HQML action as the league continues. This is week 4, or I can't remember now.
Ooh, I think it's my
You know, it's
we're
funny,
figuring
man.
out.
When we get up to like 3, 4, 5 weeks in the season, that's when I start losing track of what week it actually is. I don't know what that says about me, but what does that say about Quoof? He gets one in on the breakaway. Quoof wanted us to give him a shout out because he did win the poll for most attractive person in Hockey Question Mark as voted by the fans. That was on the that was on the subreddit. So he was like, "Can you please be sure and mention that?" So I want to give a definite shout out to Quirf, especially since he just scored a goal, and a very
Oh yeah,
attractive goal scoring there as well.
it is week 4 officially.
Week 4 officially. Okay, good. So was that what I predicted, or
Yes, yes, we're gonna go with
okay,
that.
great. Okay. Good. Yes, it's not really much of a prognostication, I suppose, if it's actually on the books. But yes, week 4 of HQML will be happening tonight, and we should have 3 games. I'm not sure. The machine may be absent a few people if they've got enough to play tonight. I know that star Canadian player Bo Jarzine was going to be in a place with terrible internet, he said, so he may not be able to lead his team into battle tonight. So hopefully they'll have enough to get a team together, and if so, we should have 3 games on tap after this. But right now, open skate is happening. You're seeing a lot of the players that are part of that league and some that are here just to be in the open skate. You see star player Jabroni there. That is actually Cryptic Sea. That's Alex from Cryptic Sea. Yeah, yeah.
Bingo.
just between us. Yeah, just between you, me, and the 5 or so people that may be watching this at some point or another, Killingers. So. But yeah, how the spec mode looks pretty good. You can probably tell a marked difference on the stream in beautiful 1080p. These images coming at you as Dr. Killinger runs the cam. He's done some work on the spec mode too. He kind of smoothed out the scroll of the zoom and some things like that, and it looks really good, man. I have to say.
Oh yeah, Tukaturi even says, "Whoa, is this real life?" Yes, Tukaturi, this is real life.
It pretty much is, man.
This
Yes,
is
and
so this is a new. If you guys just tuning in, this is a new version of Hockey Question Mark. It's not yet publicly available, but soon.
yes, the version you usually see on the stream is 55F. This is 61B that we've currently got running on the servers. Most of these guys are either running 61A or B. The B, I believe, was just some server side changes, which has made a marked improvement in performance, definitely. We had some times where it got kind of slow downy at points during the last time we played it, but none so far tonight. It looks pretty clean, and here's a clean attempt. That's going to go wide. So now sweeping in, he's going to make the shot. Oh, but again, yeah, these guys for everything that they've learned about 55F, this version is a dramatic change, and you can kind of tell that from the way that they're trying to play it. The physics have been completely rewritten from the ground up. Now, there's one off the side of the post, almost, but not quite. And now here's one that's shoved in front in the slot. Now they're going to try to chase this down, and still held in for a moment there by the blue team, but this could be a chance for the breakaway. It looks like Super Hot Glue took a shot, and that one is going to go wide to the left. So 30 seconds left in the second. Red team up 3-1 here, and yeah, you won't see quite the heavy play style that you saw. Here's an easy one, and he takes it in, and it's easy Matt, and making it look easy as he got an assist from Jabroni there. So Cryptic C getting in on the action. He may have a little bit of an advantage being one of the developers of the game, but definitely helping him out there with that goal and putting the blue team close. They are only down by 1 with 20 seconds left here in the second period. And, yeah, so the game has changed a lot. It's going to be going through a lot of changes, I think, before we see the finished version, so to speak. He's talking about doing updates every couple of weeks or so for a while now, and which is a pretty cool thing considering that there's a lot on the plate of Cryptic C. They've got Sub Rosa coming out on Devolver Digital very soon. So, and several other titles working on as well. So it's good to see hockey get some love. And yeah, the shooting is a lot different. The stick handling, the puck handling is so much different. But I think for the good, man, because I found it, as someone who hasn't spent a million hours playing 55 like some of these guys have, it felt a little more intuitive to me.
Gotta get a player on each side, or you just run into it. There you go.
yeah. Currently, the face-offs.
Get a player on either side from either team.
Yeah, that's going to be something that changes as well, I think. Currently, the face-offs are just set. It sort of hovers in the air like the referee's going to drop it, and everybody skates to the position that they want instead of typing in the set position that they want and going to that. But here's a chance in front for the blue team. Parked there, shooting it wide to the left.
So close.
And yeah, what they lack in skill in this version, they're making up for in excitement here, as you're seeing some pretty good passing going on, just not able to convert. And then there's always when you get knocked down, sometimes it's difficult to get up. It's much like that Chumbawamba song.
Oh, wow.
So we're taking a whiskey drink and a lager drink and enjoying the action here. Hope you are too, wherever you're at around the world, as we are keeping it going here. We're in the third period, and Easy Matt again with the goal. Ties it up at 3. A minute into the third period, we have a deadlocked score. So this could get extremely interesting in this first open skate here. Not like it wasn't already, Killinger, but...
I don't think they understand how the face-off's supposed to work. But they get the puck coming out anytime, so whatever.
Yeah, this does not look like your average NHL face-off, to say the least. Yeah, but like I say, it's a work in progress, and certainly the progression of it has increased immensely. I mean, what we're seeing now is, and it moves pretty well. I mean, the way it looks on stream is wonderful, man. I like the changes that have been made to the spec mode. He said it was kind of bothering him to see how the sort of jerky scroll motion and stuff. So he fixed it. So what more can you ask for? I wish we had that sort of support from some of the other games that we've covered here on the Independent Broadcast Network. It's good to have the devs thinking about these things, because I think they're important. I mean, in this day and age, spec mode is pretty fucking important, Killinger, I would say, for anybody that wants their game streamed.
I would have to agree. Titanfall.
Yeah. They did get around to adding private matches this week, so that's good.
So. That's definitely a step forward.
ESL has announced that they're about to start competitive play in it, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, if they want us to cast it, kind of need a spec mode. So that's just one of those things.
So you think we'll do one more game of this this version after this is over, or
Yeah, I think so. I think one
then
game
we'll
after
switch.
this, and then we'll switch over because it's hard enough to get the teams together to do actual HQML games. So we'll try to make the migration as painless as we possibly can as we're switching versions. Oh, and there's the tumbling in over in. This one's going in the net.
It's going in.
With a potential game winner. Could that be it? He's still, well, they've still got 2 minutes left to play, but that could do it with his second goal of the game. And good looking out by Quoof. He makes it 4-3. It's been a big week for Quoof in between winning that poll, which a hotly contested poll. I recused myself from being involved in that, Killinger, because I wanted to give these young kids a chance.
Well, I think that's a very important thing to do. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how I am, man. I try to give everybody a chance, and I feel that there's more to life than just being ridiculously good looking.
Yeah.
So,
and open up a center for children who can't read good and stuff, or something.
Yes. What is this? A hockey game for ants?
Yeah. Come on.
Chance going in. No, just off the post. Wide to the right. That was a close one, but nothing doing. And this blue team definitely putting on the pressure and trying to tie this thing up. But here is a chance loose on the break. Keep has got it, and he just got this game, so he's new to it. He's looking pretty veteran style there, though, as he does get a shot off, but it is wide to the right. And so now that will take it to the other side of the rink where it's going to go back to center ice now. Blue team's going to push it in. About a minute left here in the third period. And the red team taking a very defensive stance around the net, probably a good thing, trying to protect that lead, as they've got a minute left on the clock to try to hold them off here, and they're going to be able to get this dislodged along the boards there. Quoof is looking for the pass, and he's going to loft one back to center ice. It's going to be sent back in by the blue team, chasing it down. Could this be it? They've got a chance now as they will set up in positions, and it will be held in. Jabroni with a beautiful pass in front. Oh, but it's blocked as it was coming in. That was almost a pretty good one-timer there, and bodies flying along the boards here at the blue line. Oh, no. Another shot sailing towards, going wide right again. 23 seconds left. Time running out on this blue team. Swatting, missing. Red team with it back. Going to try to dump this out before the blue team can get to it, and not able to. If you hit the walls in this one, man, it's not like the other version. If you hit it with any velocity, you're just going to go flying. But here's a chance in front. Oh, the beautiful pass sent in and not able to convert. That is going to do it, and it got pretty crazy at the end. But that one's going to go to the red team, 4-3, and we will play. Yeah, I think we're going to play one more here on the open skate of the new version. This is version 61. Now you can pick this up at hockeyquestionmark.com. The early access version. It's actually 059 is the one that you'll get with that, and that does not have the current version. But what he's going to be doing, from what we understand, is sending this out to all the people that did pick up early access, and then they will get updates as it keeps going, just like that's the way early access generally tends to work, and it works the same way in the case of Cryptic Sea. So yeah, you can pick this up, and I think it's $8 and well worth it. For as much fun as we've all had with this game, it's good to support Cryptic Sea. And also pick up the EP, the Cryptic Sea EP, while you can for $3, because Touring Cars been playing the multiplayer of that, and it is pretty neat. And so that's part of. I haven't seen the
multiplayer yet for that.
Oh man, it's awesome. And there's like a zillion tracks now, and a bunch of different new cars. And yes, here's the scrum that sort of looks like a face-off. Blue's going to come away with that after a pitched battle. And, yep, that one is going to go back to center ice now. Looked at very thoughtfully by Quoof and taken away from him. It's going to be sent down into the blue zone. Will they have a chance for it here? As, the collision detection is a lot stronger now. And also, we found out earlier, playing with Cryptic Sea, that you can actually do something like a punch if you swing the stick hard enough. So I don't know if I should mention that on stream to these guys, or else it's going to get pretty rough housing in here.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that because it's already bodies are flying. But I do love the new physics with the players and how the puck actually collides on them now. It's very nice.
Yes, it is, and I think once the changes start coming in on a regular basis, which they should be very, very soon, I think pretty soon we're going to see some of the more active leagues start switching over to this version, your LHLs and your RSLs, and maybe even the HQML. Here's a chance. This one a slow roller.
Drifting.
He's going to get to it and chase it in and keep shoots and scores. Taser on the assist. I think Taser put that in most of the way, but keep there to fit.
Just kind of guide it in, ease it in.
Man, in this version, at this point in it where everybody's just trying to find their way, that's good enough to be, a pretty good goal. And whatever, good, bad, doesn't matter. It's a point on the board for the blue team. So they are looking to reverse their fortunes from the first open skate, in which they were lost that one by one mere point, and now here's one going towards the net for the red team. It does go wide to the left, and now dribbling out of the zone. And
oh no! Red kind of sabotaged themselves there. Blue's going to take advantage of it.
The best thing you could do is try to stay out of each other's way. Here's a chance. Oh, but again wide. And they just kind of caught looking there. But yeah, you want to try not to just chase the puck, but this version really discourages that because you can get tangled up with your own people very easily, and you can get tangled up with the opposing team pretty easily too. There is a huge body check that's going to take him down. He's having a hard time getting up there. Ace Bulf on the ground. Sometimes it's very difficult to get up. Sometimes I feel like that falling and I can't get up kind of thing.
Oh, life alert, yeah.
Yeah, life alert. Thank you. Yes. You hit the control button to get on your feet, and it's a lot easier than it was in 059. And if you hit the space bar to jump, it works a little easier too. Sometimes you can kind of do that kind of jump back to your feet thing, and that seems to help somewhat. But yeah, it's a matter of learning the mechanics, and we're learning them all over again. So for once, I would say that the North American guys are way ahead of the Russians.
In this particular case, oh man, clotheslined him. He just did a front flip. Like to imagine these guys are doing WWE moves as they knock each other over.
Sometimes it looks a lot like that, yes. As the blue team will take it and send this down, it will be picked up by Matt, but held in by blue. They've got a chance moving this in as Ace Bulf. He's going to send it towards the net. It is well wide to the right and will be
whole
chased
red
around
team's here.
Yeah,
better for worse.
Again, very defensive-minded right now, this red team, and probably a good thing as blue has been had the jump in this particular round, and fanning on one and backhanding one that does connect, so it's going to go behind him a little bit. Some of
the best hockey question mark players in the world, at least in North America here.
That's true.
And I've never seen them fan quite anywhere near this much.
Yeah, we're so used to them playing at such a high level, and so it's kind of funny. They look like us trying to play out there, which
makes me feel all right.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm actually fairly competitive at this. You might not think that if you saw the video of me playing goal last night. I did make some saves, but sometimes it's just hard to tell because, I don't know, when I played goal before in real life, you get used to kind of getting a perspective on the things around you, and the things in front of you use kind of as a guideline to what's behind you, and it was very difficult for me to get my bearings in this version. For one thing, you're shorter, the player model's a little shorter. You're closer to the ground, the virtual ground, in this version. So I found myself getting screened off by the numbers sometimes, the actual scoreboard numbers, with the clock and everything. So it's like, and that I'm looking at that right about the place where the guys are coming at me to shoot. So, but yeah, like I said, it's a work in progress, and I like the new player models. What did you say? The red guys kind of look like Zoidberg.
Yeah. If you get up close and look in their face. We'll see if we can get a look at somebody here. Oh, wow. I can't see his face because now it's in the ground.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I've got mustaches. And the mustache and their nose kind of sort of look like Zoidberg.
Yeah, in the 059 version, people were kind of split on whether the model looked more like Shakespeare or more like former NHL star Lanny McDonald, who had a very impressive stash for his day. So it's pretty cool looking, though. And look at this shot!
Oh.
And saved! Big save by Matt, who was skating back. He caught that one, and what a beautiful play to stop that, because that was on its way in, and every shot on net has a chance right now. It is a wide open game in this version of Hockey Question Marks. So that was huge. That could have prevented them from going up by a couple here, and now he's going to take it and push it the other way. Loose on the break. Will control this well enough to he gets around the goalie, and he does manage to take it off his stick, though. That was quite a play, but now here it is in front, and now they're going to send it back, and this is coming all the way from the other direction. Quoof's going to nope.
Go right between his legs.
He's going to wave at it there and went 5-0 on him. Oh, this is great, man. And there was at least this much laughter, if not more so, last night in the team speak as we tested this. And to me, that's always a sign of a fun game, man. When everybody's laughing and having a good time, that's a good game. And that's always been our experience with the games that Cryptic Sea makes. And things like hockey and Sub Rosa. I'm hoping we get to test some Sub Rosa again after everybody gets back from this glorious PAX event that we're at here in Boston. I mean, all the luminaries of esports and cyber athleticism and gaming in general are here with us. And so to the thousands of you that are watching here in the arena and cheering us on, just like they're cheering on Chris Roberts trying to play Star Citizen, we welcome you. And to all of the people watching at home. Wow, look at all the viewers, man. We actually have viewers tonight. Hello to all our viewers at home. We're watching the new version of Hockey Question Mark. Here's a chance in front. Oh, just off the side of the post. That was so close as he got the angle, and he just couldn't quite pull the trigger on that. Just weird off the side. Waves on one as it goes back the other way. Now the blue team's going to have a chance to push, taking it into the zone and battle for it. Bodies flying. More bodies than usual, flying further than usual, and as 2:24 remains in the second period, this is still anybody's game. Now here's one coming onto the net. Will Taser be able to make the save? He does, but he pays the price as he gets bowled over. No goalie interference called on that. So far, no penalties, no refs, no rules other than the ones established by the universe of the game. Here's another shot. This one's going to go across the crease, and not quite there. As we go into the 2-minute mark, this 1-0 scoreline is still holding, at least for the time being, for the blue team. But here is Quoof on the break. He's definitely on his wheels tonight. He's getting some speed up in this version of Hockey Question Mark, and held in by the red team. Now he's going to try to get back on his feet, still down, trying to get 5 jumps, gets back up, and finally sent out by blue. And somebody will have to chase this down. It's going to be a race between Matt and Ace Bulf, and they are going to collide here and manage to remain on their feet, which is quite an accomplishment.
Yeah,
so back the other way. Blue team moving with it. Back over the line here. And it's going to go back to Taser. Here he's going to try to take one, and he tries to do the brodeur along the boards there to get it out, but runs into the wall and falls. So this could be a chance for Red here if they can get the pass off looking in front. Almost the distance wrap around there, but not quite, as he had the right idea, not able to get the pepper on it that he wanted. So now Blue will try to push this the other way and dump it down. They will chase it in here, as they will be on the scene to get there first. Perhaps no, Matt's going to go ahead and take this and get it out of the way, and that's going to send it in the other direction. It's going to be Keep coming at it, as is Ace Wolf, and they have a chance to try to get something moving here as they start to do what is resembles traditional offense. As they begin from their end, it is taken away from them. Taser is going to have to handle that. Again, he runs into the wall after doing so. And Red Team looking to set something up. Yeah, he looks for that pass, but does not get it. And that's going to leave Taser loose on the break. He's Matt coming out to challenge big. Gets away from him, though. Now, can he get the shot off in time? 6 seconds. He backhands it, and it's going to go well short of the crease. And, and almost a chance again before time runs out. We will go to the third period with that scoreline staying the same, though. Although a bunch of shots and near shots were flying around there, nothing connecting. And we will go to the third period with our score 1-0 in favor of the Blue Team. Wow.
And again, this is for those people who may have just tuned in, this is a brand new, not even publicly released version of Hockey ? By Cryptic Sea. And it is a first-person hockey simulator, the best in the planet, I dare say.
The absolute best. No other first-person hockey simulator comes close to this.
These guys are just playing for fun right now. We're going to switch to some league action with an older version of the game here in a few minutes. Or 5 minutes, or
and the level of play will increase dramatically at that point.
Yes.
Although maybe it won't, Killinger. I don't know if this will throw them off a little bit, having played this version and then going back to a 55F. They throws him off there as both players collide and fall, though. So now the Red Team trying to get some points on the board, as they will taken away. And so this is anybody's puck and still anybody's game. A couple of attempts fan. And so Matt's just going to slow things down and get a little bit more deliberate with it. Chance in front. He's got some help. They tried to pull the old goalie interference, but it might have worked against him there, because bodies do collide with the puck now. That's one of the new changes as well. That will help goaltending a lot. So knocking the goalie down to get him out of the way, while a tactic we sometimes see in 55F, it's not going to work here. But here's a chance in front. Blocked! Oh, man. Again, so close. Wow. Oh, man. This has been a hilarious night of action already, man. And so we've got about 3.5 minutes left in this particular open skate. And then we will move over to HQML action on the official Royale with Cheese server, as we are. This is the special PAX edition. For those of you here at PAX, come visit us at the booth, at the big IBN booth. We're over by, we're in between Bethesda and EA Sports. It's in the game. And we're, one of the largest booths on the PAX floor. You can't miss us. Look for the big IBN logo, and come say hello to myself and Dr. Killinger. We'll be there all weekend, giving away free stuff. We're giving away Xboxes and shit.
Oh yeah, all sorts of free shit. Wouldn't believe it.
You wouldn't believe it.
No, we're getting our super secret Elon Musk Hyperloop transport system and make a quick jaunt from Boston to Chicago here in a few minutes and get back to our good old fashioned Royale with Cheese Arena.
Yes, brought to us by the good friends at Oculus. Brought to you by the good friends at Facebook.
Let's say not that movie that just came out. That has nothing to do with VR headsets.
Yeah, but it does have Amy Pond in it.
That's true. Yes, Miss Amelia
and Starbuck.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't be against anything that involves Amy Pond and Starbuck. personally. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I see things as I'd watch the movie and it would just be Amelia Pond and Starbuck. So
Yeah.
this isn't really going. This doesn't work.
And that shot didn't quite work, although if it had, it would have been a dandy as Quoof. He goes back, circles around, takes another crack at it. This one a little closer to the net. It does go wide by a few feet. And heading towards an empty net. The tension, the suspense. Wide to the left.
Inches.
Oh, snap, son. World star.
God. Damn.
So a minute 20 left in the third period. We have had one glorious goal so far. Looking for a second, though, and that one is not going to go. So red team is going to try to push this past regulation time. They got a minute left to do it here. And, oh, my. He falls into a fetal position.
I've got it, and no, I don't. I'm on my face. Help,
yeah,
guys.
it's kind of like, I give up, man. And there's a shot. He scores! Matt with an assist from Super Hot Glue. This thing is tied. And that was clutch, as Matt says so himself. He ties things up and makes it 1-1 under a minute left to play. Oh, man, we may not be going to Chicago, Illinois just yet, Killinger, at this rate.
Not quite yet.
Because it took a while to get to the point where 2 goals were scored. We'll see if we go to overtime. Now, this puck is just up and rolling on the sides of the boards. But here's a chance in front. Nope, just to the tip top of the crease, not quite going in. So, blue suit here, it will get dumped out. 30 seconds left. Red picks it up. That's Quoof, Ace Wolf in the vicinity, as is Taser. And now they're going to tussle for it, and some big collisions going on. And it goes off a couple of players here. And, yes, it's going to be the real Slim Shady. All the other Slim Shadys are just imitating. He's in the corner there, and he's going to send it to the other corner. This is going to set up for the shot that does go wide. 7 seconds left. 6. Time running out in regulation. 3 seconds left. Yep, we're going to overtime. Could it end any other way, Killinger?
That's, you know what? No, it can't. This is meant to be. It's just too good.
My goodness. Tukaturi said this is like watching Blood Dragon play.
Yep, I saw that.
Oh, Lord. Okay, so we're going to start the face-off. With some...
the seizure.
Yes.
And I hope that guy's okay.
Well, it does distract play enough, and the goaltender down.
Is
somebody check on Taser there.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for him. But actually, that may be a pretty sound strategy to just flop
lay
down
in the goal.
Yeah, you're covering a lot of the bottom of the net. Yeah, it's genius. Forget I said anything. Yes, Taser with the elite strats, the meta already emerging here on Hockey .61. We'll see how it works for him, though, as Quoof has a chance to get this one, and he is overtaken by Ace Buff, who's going to get the puck away from him. And now he's going to jump, swat, miss, collide, fall. Everybody's falling. They're all on the ground. They're back up again. They're down again. Oh, man. Big entertainment tonight. It's a good thing that we have a million people watching here, because you're seeing history being made. This is the first ever show match for this version of Hockey Question Mark. Oh, it's a big one from downtown. Super Hot Glue with the heater from the back with an assist from the real Slim Shady. And mercifully, this thing is over. That was a good shot, as he just banged one in from downtown. So that'll do it. We'll switch over now. And what a game. Yeah. And yes, as I see, your thankfully telling the people that we will be going to the regular server now. So we'll get all that set up for you.
Yep. We're getting in our top secret Hyperloop. As the screen goes dark.
I have so many versions of hockey on my computer now.
They keep multiplying.
All right, and here we go. Let's see. Royale with cheese. That will be the place. As we leave Proto Royale with cheese and join the original, except no substitutes. Well, that was a decent substitute, I thought.
Yep, and now the camera's back.
Is Dial here? I didn't know if he was here tonight or not.
Ooh, So we're going to hang out here for a minute, and as soon as there are 2 HQML teams ready to go, we can get the show rolling.
Yes, indeed. Want to thank everybody for joining us and being part of that special show match. As we're looking forward to seeing how the game progresses, and the updates will be coming pretty hot and heavy from what we're told by the folks at Cryptic Sea. And thanks again to Alex and Luke for continuing to support this game, for continuing to make additions to it, and not only additions but improvements. I mean, and vast overhauls that will change the very shape of the game. I think that's a wonderful thing. I mean, there was a time when people didn't even know if this game was going to be supported by the community anymore, and the community has risen up and been great, and so have the developers. Want to thank Alex and Luke very much for what they're doing, and thank you to the community as well. And the future is bright for Hockey ? And you will see some of that bright future happening right here as HQML Season 4 Week 4 is about to get underway, and as soon as we figure out who the hell is playing. As soon as the teams figure out, we're all kind of in a state of euphoria here. As
on chat here, the Mupp, he's just as confused. He says, "Where's the mortars?"
Where's the mortars?
Yes. I think you might notice.
Good point, Mupp. Yes, we are on the competitive Tribes Ascend streams.
Yeah,
yes, this is a radical mod of what we have seen before in Tribes Ascend. Now, that's the guy we need in here casting, Mupp, one of the great voices of Tribes. So, shout out to Mupp. Shout out to Mupp. And, maybe we can get Cryptic Sea to add mortars to a future version of Hockey ? I think that would be a nice wrinkle to add to the game.
That's what these guys need is incoming artillery fire.
And a disc launcher. Although there will be some discs being launched at the goals here.
Well,
just much smaller discs.
Hockey puck is sort of like a spin fuser disc.
That's very true, yes. A little bit smaller, made of rubber instead of some indeterminate laser type material.
Yeah.
Although some of these guys can heave it like it's a laser, and we'll see that a lot more in this version than we did in the last version that we were looking at. So, looking forward to that coming up next as we PK Paching is here from the machine, so that's good. We've got some of the machine here. I think last week we didn't know if the machine was going to be here at all, and then PK Paching was like, I'll play. I'll take on everybody. I'll just take them all on. So he's definitely got this. Yeah, I got this, man. So we know he's definitely up for it. We'll see if the rest of his team shows up and is up for it too, and is here as we continue here from the booth at right next to the folks at Bethesda. who are looking in awe at this and saying, why can't we make a game
I know.
quite like this?
You know, you gotta
I
stop
mean, we
resting
spent
on
all
your
these
Elder
millions of
Scroll
dollars
laurels.
on this Elder Scrolls MMO
Online MMO that no one wants. Yeah.
that nobody wanted.
Now, in all fairness, a lot of people thought Elder Scrolls MMO would be great. They thought it would be great, and then it came out, and I don't know.
Yeah, man.
I heard a
isn't
lot
it
of,
weird?
I heard a lot of. I'll just wait for it to go free to play.
If you would have told me 5 years ago that there was going to be an Elder Scrolls MMO, I'm like, yes, shut up and take my money. .jpg.
Yeah.
But then, then they started sending me every week. It's like, please join the beta. Please bring friends. Here's some extra key. Bring all your friends.
Yes. Comcast will love me long time for downloading 30 gigs every weekend. To stress test your beta.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's funny how that works. Well, in the meantime, we're waiting on the teams to join. And so in the midst of the confusion, we're looking at an open skate here in Lucic with his second of the game, 3-2 in this impromptu open skate here while we wait on things to happen as we kind of transition. And off the draw, Tickle Box is going to get one from the face-off circle. So that's as quick a succession of goals as we have seen on Friday Night Hockey there. You can't get much quicker than that. Just right off the face-off and in. So red team up here, and they are continuing their winning ways from the previous version into this. This is the previous version, I suppose, if you want to get all diurnal about it. I suppose this was the version of Hockey Question Mark with the community.
This is 0.55F, the version you saw before in our super special PAX sneak preview was 0.61.
Yes, and this version is free.
Soon. This version is definitely free.
Yeah, you can get it at hockeyquestionmark.com. And I think you can get the latest version at r/hockeyquestionmark, which is sort of the English-speaking world's hub of Hockey Question Mark. So it's on Reddit. You might have heard of Reddit. It's kind of a news aggregator and link aggregator kind of site with comments and stuff.
It's like Fark or Dig.
Yeah, it's a lot like Dig, yeah.
Or Slashdot.
Or Slashdot, yes. Corrosion with a 5, if you remember that one. Here's a chance in front, and Lucic, wow, look at the stick handling there as he makes his way around a few people and gets his third goal of the game with some help from Gray, but not much help. He did a lot of that himself, as Lucic very strong so far in this open skate that we're looking at. 4:26 left in the second period, 5-2. Blue with a chance just over the net. And we're waiting on the teams to get ready for HQML Season 4 action. And, the difference between this and Tribes is that we will most likely end up finishing our Season 4.
Ooh,
oh.
Snap.
Oh.
Shots fired.
Yes, shots fired. But...
That's sad.
Oh, I love the Tribes community, though. And it's funny, we see so many of them in other games, and it's always a pleasure. Some of the best people I've met in gaming came from that Tribes community. It was fun the other night when we were playing the Titan Falls, and I had my my voice chat turned down so I couldn't hear it. And people were like, "Hey, they're talking to you, man. The other team knows you." And I was just like, "What?" And it's like, "Oh, it's Qualm. It's Qualm and all the guys from Egocentric and stuff." And people were like, how do they know you? I'm like, well, I'm kind of a big deal. But actually, no, it was from Tribes. And, it's neat to see how the diaspora of the Tribes community as we move to other games. And, of course, you can follow a lot of those other games at fpsz.com, where we do a podcast. Going to try to set up another one sometime this weekend, I think. An episode 2 will finally get underway. They may have to do it without me, but we're going to do it one way or the other. But yes, there are lots of games of that nature coming with jetpacks and stuff. And then, of course, hashtag wrecked. And Easy Matt,
Easy Matt.
he is just like in the 61 version, he is doing it in the 55 version here. As he puts the blue team down by 2 here, they get up another point back on the board. They are 5-3 in favor of the red team. They are catching back up, and with some help from Matt there. So, yes, hashtag wrecked, the new arena shooter from Hella Legit Games. It's coming very soon, or in game time, it's coming very soon. The community is talking about it.
Oh, yes.
There's a lot of buzz about it, I suppose, and we're pretty excited about it too. I mean, it's fun to do game development, and it gives you a little bit of a perspective on making these games. It's easy to kind of dish on some of these people who make games, but try making one yourself, man. It's not easy.
No, not at all. But
there's a lot that goes into it.
And you'll be
very
hearing
rewarding.
more about Wrecked before the end of the year, that's for sure.
For sure, yes. And here's a shot. Oh, what a save! Batted down out of the air.
I'm not sure which one of them got it, though. Saw 2 sticks go up, and the puck got deflected. I have to go check the replay.
Yeah. Looked like a defensive stop there, but yeah, they put a couple of bodies in between that one and the net, and they needed both either way. So here is the blue team coming the other way. They've got full access to the net, and Galchenyuk is going to go ahead and take that one in. 5-4 now, and that was pretty easy pickings for him without a goalie there. And so now you'll try to get one off the draw. It will go back to the blue zone. And circling around, they'll try to push this in with a minute left to play in the second. Down by 1, blue team catching back up here. Red is going to launch one. It bounces off a couple of sticks there. And the physics seem to have calmed down a little bit in the new version of Hockey Question Mark too. There are times when the puck strikes 2 sticks and it just goes completely flying into space, which has led to some pretty interesting goals and some pretty interesting plays, I must say, Killinger. But maybe not the most hyper-realistic representation of things that would happen in an actual hockey game, but still a lot of fun. But yeah, I haven't seen any of that happen quite yet with the new version of Hockey Question Mark. Although there are times when the puck kind of flies around, it looks more like it would if you're at an actual NHL game, which I'm looking at an NHL game in the other monitor here as oh man, Galchenyuk with his third and a timely one. We are tied at 5, and that will end the second period, and we will go to the third with the scoreline even. Yeah, as the Dallas Stars are fighting for their lives here on the screen above me. They just went up 1-0. If they lose this, they don't go to the playoffs. If they win it, they're in.
Oh, yeah. And there was a game also earlier today with the there we go. There's one of those
yes,
miracle
like
pucks
that. Yeah.
About. It was the Blackhawks and the Capitals, I think.
Yeah, looking at that earlier, the Caps were up by a pretty good margin on them.
Yeah,
so.
I think I saw it was 3-0 or 3-1 or something like that. When I last saw it.
Yeah, not sure where the Caps are in the standings. I'm pretty sure the Blackhawks are safely in the playoffs at this point.
Probably.
So. They've had some injuries, but they've got some guys coming back. So, and just in time for the playoffs. And they will need them. The NHL playoffs this year are going to be a lot of fun, I think. And here's a chance in front. He's going to carry this in, Ticklebox, all the way, taking no chances with that one, just shielding the puck and preserving its sanctity as he takes it all the way into the net. It makes it 6-5 in favor of the red team now. And off the break, Red will get this one, but they're skating back to their own zone, trying to set up on offense as they will take it down to the other end. Here's a chance. Alan Gray, what a shot and score as he finds the top corner of the net with an assist from Lucic. That was a nice offensive setup. They took their time and pushed that all the way. And all of a sudden, they are back up by 2. So, and now they've got the puck again as Gray is going to take it. He carries it across the blue line, makes a shot. This one's going to go a little bit wide as 3:31 left in the third. They're holding on to a 2-point lead here, but Blue trying to push this in the other direction. Galchenyuk, he is under some pressure from Lucic there as it's going to get taken away. And now back at center ice, they're going to circle around with it, looking for the shot. They are just plugging up the lanes and keeping people in front of the puck and keeping bodies on players. The very tight defense being played here. So here we go. Back at center ice. Red down the tickle box over in the corner. He's going to look in front with it and set one up. Blocked. Nice play there defensively. Blue team is just trying to get this out of their zone right now so they can set up again. Down by 2, time running out, a couple of minutes and change left, and here's another chance in front. Tickle box slams it home, gets the hat trick, makes it 8-5 as a leaping Briz celebrates in his own end. Oh man. So after this, we'll find out who's actually here to play games tonight for the HQML. They've had a little bit of, this is about the time that HQML would be starting game-wise. Look at that one knocked out of the air. And again, it looked like, who was that? I think that was Toulouse. He had PK Paching in the net. And Toulouse, again, that was one of those where he batted in front. But Ticklebox there to take advantage as it bounced back in. So, yeah, 9-5. Just like the old Dolly Parton track. And will the scoreline stay the same? A lot of goals getting scored here in the third. A couple of minutes left to play. And there's one that is blocked on its way now, trying to pick it up. Red team looking in front again. And they're going to chase this down. It's Ticklebox versus Galchenyuk here. Galchenyuk is going to come away with this. He's got a chance, coming loose with it. He's at the face-off dot, shoots, and scores! Top left corner. Very nice shot. And will that be enough? They're still down by 3. They've got a minute and a half left to do it here. And a lot on the line as we are still giving away Xboxes to all the winners here at our booth here at PAX. And PlayStations, too. I don't want to be like console biased or anything.
Yeah,
Galchenyuk again,
it's not like
finding that same corner. And that was quite a shot. Different angle, but same result. 9-7 now. They've got time to do it. We'll see what happens.
Well, there's a shot. AFK goalie. He was just typing.
The Woodlands. That's in the Houston area, yes.
Oh, that is a northern suburb of Houston, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure what they were talking about with that, but...
Oh, I don't know. Just one of the guys said something about being in near the Woodlands or something, and I was like, yes, I know exactly where that is. It's a big state here, Texas.
Yes. Oh, there you go.
And Matt with
30 seconds
trick,
left.
And he puts them close now. How about that? So 30 seconds left. This blue team has life. They have been brought back to life like Evanescence, one of the few bands that Hollow recognizes. 23 seconds left, and they're going to have a chance to do something with this, perhaps. No, it's going to get switched to the other end, and that is eating up desperate time off the clock for this blue team. They're going to have to get back to the other side of the rink, and they're not going to have time to do it. Nope. So it's been red team all night long. We'll see if the jersey colors make a difference as we now begin the HQML segment of Friday Night Hockey. So very exciting times here as we are in Season 4, Week 4. So we're about halfway through the regular season here. And Team Texas looks like they're about to step up. Is it Team Texas versus Team EZ? Is that what we're going to be looking at here?
That is supposed to be going to be EZ and I believe the 2 Chainz verse. Also known as
2 Chainz
Chaos.
verse on Talk Dirty to Me.
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, we'll be giving away Wii U's too, and
Right,
Atari Jaguars
we just don't,
and
we
Neo
don't want
Geos.
to look like we're just giving out Xboxes.
Yeah,
Microsoft. We would give out just Xboxes if Microsoft gave us a bunch of money. Hint, hint. But
yeah. For the rich kids, we're giving you Neo Geos. You can play fighting games with it.
Those were outrageous.
Okay, so we are starting here, and it looks like, it is Team EZ versus, is it the 2 Chainz verse on Talk Dirty to Me team we're looking at?
So.
All right, I'll let you run down the lineups, man, before people start getting crazy and scoring goals here.
All right, for Team EZ in red, we have Briz, Matt, and Not Led playing down a man tonight. Very dangerous. And in blue for the team formerly known as KS, but now known as 2 Chainz verse on Talk Dirty to Me. In blue, we have Taser, Touleurs, Big V, and Ace Bolf. Pretty solid lineup there, I think.
Indeed, for both these teams. And yeah, some of these guys we saw playing in the show match, and we'll see. Like I said, you will see them play with a much more steady hand here. Oh, and that one had a chance. It looked like it ricocheted off something, perhaps the crossbar. Again, I always give the goalies credit for the save. So we'll say it's a save. What a save. By Briz in the net. And so now Team EZ will try to push this down. They've got it at the blue line here at the point, but it is stolen. Big V's going to take it and launch.
Whoa.
And what a save. And Briz, the Sultan of SWAT, just pops one out of the air.
That one's going to look spectacular on YouTube. Because when he blocked it and hit it, it went straight into the camera.
Oh,
it
nice.
was perfect.
Man.
It's going to be good.
That is definitely one facet of the game which has just grown stronger and stronger as we have watched the game develop over the past years, the goaltending. Some of the stuff that we see these guys doing in the net is just ridiculous, just phenomenally good. And Briz definitely one of those players. And so now here is another chance. It's blocked on the way, but it's going to have a chance in front. And Big V wastes no time trying to get this off, and does. With an assist from Ace Bolf, that puts one on the board for 2 Chainz verse on Talk Dirty to Me. But here's Team EZ off the draw. Early shot blocked and knocks down and sent back out. Yes.
Oh.
There we go. Another chance that goes just wide again. And he almost got the redirect on that. And now again from distance, and Taser catches him looking. Was Briz even aware that was coming in? It looked like he had his back turned to that. But either way, that's a hard one to try to knock down, although we certainly know he's capable of doing it after seeing that save from a while ago. But yeah, 2-0. Early effort from this 2 Chainz team.
Really taking advantage of the fact they have an extra player.
That does help, Kendra, yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they call it a power play in what counts as everyday hockey.
Yes.
So we got under 2 minutes here in the first period, and this season 4 game, week 4 game, is off to a flying start for this 2 Chainz team. Team EZ definitely no slouches. They've been great all year long, and so far they are struggling to get points on the board, although they've had a few shots come very close. So we're still early on here as we go 3 periods in a hockey game. And so lots of time left for them to do stuff here. But there is still some pressure coming in on them. And now they're going to try to set up on offense. Stolen by Big V. Going to take it back in to their zone. And Not Led's going to pick this up. And he's going to go ahead and just dump this down back into the zone. 1 minute left to play in the second. And Touleurs is going to take it. Matt giving chase. He's going to knock this away. And Big V waiting out there on the far wing to take this. He shoves one to Ace Bolf. He's going to get the shot off, and the save is made. Oh, man.
Not sure exactly how that worked.
Yeah, somehow he got it
Kind of
and brought it
from behind his
down.
back, yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing some Globetrotter shit from Briz tonight, even though he's down by a couple. And he's not for any lack of goaltending prowess, I must say, so far, what we've seen. 30 seconds left now, and Team EZ trying to get their first points on the board. They're going to launch one from long distance. Stallures getting some saves in. He's going to take that one away, and he's going to go ahead and carry it out as Taser stays in the goal for him. And now, again, they are looking for Big V out there, and Ace Bulf is going to chase this down. He's going to backhand one with a wrister towards the net. It is going to go up and over, and so is this first period, as we'll go the second 2-0 in favor of Two Chains versus on Talk Dirty to Me. What a game so far.
Definitely a higher level of play.
I think so, man. Yeah, and plus people aren't just sort of falling end over end all the time. Although there is definitely no small amount of collisions and knockdowns in this game. I think the key is that it's easier to get up in this game than it is sometimes in the new version of Hockey Question Mark.
That's definitely accurate, yes.
I had times last night when I was just like, just trying to get back on my feet. And then I'd be about halfway there, and I'd think, oh, I'm there, and then I'd kind of fall. So I know those feels.
It's like, yeah. It's like really being a fat white guy and trying to stand on ice skates. It's realistic.
Oh, yeah, well, we call it a simulator for a reason. And here's a KS Auto, or KS Otter, as he's come in, portrayed as he does a substitution here in the second period for the Two Chains versus on Talk Dirty. And it will go back to their end, though, now sent back around the boards, where who's going to get to this first? Not Led is there. And will he take this in front? Yeah, he's going to wait, and he's looking for the pass. Very nicely laid in, and they almost had a shot there, but not quite. So now they're going to circle back and take this again. And again, some just working it back and forth here, the give and go to Not Led. Taser is going to follow that down, send it back around the boards again, and it's like you see Team Easy using one side of the rink, Two Chains using the other side, and they are just kind of running the train. There's 3 minutes left, 2 minutes have elapsed in the second period, and stolen chance, Not Led, gets away from him, gets a little ahead of him there as Taser is going to take this, and he's shooting from distance, empty net, not able to convert, as this one just a little bit high over the crossbar, and it will be fielded again by Two Chains. They've got a chance here. KS Otter is going to send it. It gets blocked, and now back in their zone. They will again use this near board to try to get something going. But it's back to Matt, and the deflection in front, almost a chance, and they do catch up to that and stop it. So now here comes Briz. He comes way out to play this, and he's got Matt sitting at the right across the blue line, gets around one, chance to shoot, blocked. As the defense caught up to him just as he was making the shot. A very timely play on defense now, and they will carry it back down and still holding this in the zone. They're at least getting a lot of offensive possession, but these shots from distance, Briz again manages to kick this away. It's almost a kick save, but even though you can't really use your feet to make saves in this, but the principle is the same. As under 2 minutes now, still a 2-0 score line, but at least they've kept Two Chains from scoring any further, at least in this second period so far, as time ticks down, about a minute and a half now. And at center ice, it will be contested here. Oh, man, that one rattled off the boards, off the post, off one post. It went off to the post on one side of the goal
in the
end, and then the other. Yeah, but not in either net. It did hit both nets.
So that was one shot that bounced off different posts.
Yeah, I have to
nets.
admit, I'll kind of miss those things in the new version. And there's one that goes off the post, but just barely, as Matt had a chance. And that was as close as you can get. And now again, launched from distance. Briz, how about it with another huge save? Unbelievable. Oh man, it is hard to. How many goals would they have if he weren't making these ridiculous saves? Although that one might have he might have had the rub of the post on that, but nah, he made the save.
We're gonna go with the save. Yeah.
Look at that, moving around a couple of people here. He's going to shoot and score! Big play by Matt as he works his way around this 2 Chainz defense. Very patient with it. And it pays off for him, makes it 2-1, and so this game just got a little closer as chance for 2 Chainz. They right in the scoring position again, off the post though. That one definitely off the post. Will they have a chance to do anything before time runs out? 9 seconds left. It's going to go back to the other end. Briz is going to handle this and send one towards the net. It is knocked down before it gets there, and that's going to do it for the second period. We'll go to the third. 2-1 in favor of 2 Chainz versus On Talk Dirty to Me, but at least Team EZ did gain a point back in that period, so it sets up a pretty interesting third here.
Indeed. That's, yeah. Well, what the hell is going on here?
And so, well, it's kind of like the bouncing ball on the karaoke machine or something here as we follow it down. Well, Chainz trying to corral this, but it's going to be not Led who gets to it first. Nope, Taser with it, and he's going to get it back to the other end now, where it will be handled by Briz. And I see these guys saying that their Steam is updating, and you can hit pause on those, right, guys? You click on you right click on the game, okay, and then you go pause updating, and then that should fix that. Little tech support from your friends at the Independent Broadcast Network.
Yeah.
Looking for a wraparound attempt here. No, the spinneroonie as the spin pass does not go. So Briz now on a little bit of offense here is going to pursue this into the 2 Chainz zone, where now it will be battled for along the boards. Taser is going to be the one to come away with it. And he's got room to work. He's going to launch one from downtown, and this one, again, just wide. And now Big V sending one into the slot. The backhand attempt is wide. So they are getting some pressure on, but nowhere close to the net just yet, as they are just trying to apply more pressure. Here's another one that bounces in a crazy way, but it does keep the shot from happening. So now the puck back at center ice. And Briz is going to handle this. Yeah, I haven't played Chivalry in a while myself. Here's a chance in front, and a big save as Toulouse handles this, carries him all the way into the boards, and it takes it all the way back to Briz on the other side of the rink, who is going to send this back out as Matt's going to take it shot just behind the net. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I played Chivalry. We used to play it a lot.
Yeah, it was a pretty popular game around here. Yeah, I think people just got bored. I mean, it is a great game, but you play it every day for a month, and it's starts to lose its charm. You're playing it. Some of these guys in here were probably 6 hours, 8 hours every day playing it like it was their job.
And again, a huge save by Toulouse as very aggressive in the net. He comes out on this as it is taken, though. Big V with a chance. You don't want to give him room. He gets around one. This is where he likes to shoot from. Well, he doesn't. It doesn't matter because there's nobody in the net. That makes it much easier.
Doesn't matter
Big
now.
V. Oh man! So that's going to make it 3-1, and this 2 Chainz versus On Talk Dirty to Me team is looking very much like the Kill Squad Coming at Your Life team did. They're the progenitors of this team. Man.
Yeah, that's... And yeah, Super Hot Glue says, am I the only one without sound? The answer to that's yes. I'm 99% certain that sound is working fine.
Let's hope so, because I would hate to be doing all this yakking for nothing, man, for the millions of people watching around the world.
We've been streaming a little over an hour and no one said a word. So
another big stop.
Replied to us.
Yeah, it's like Casey Tron. Usually they'll tell people,
your mic's muted or not. Yeah.
Well, but Casey Tron, they'll tell her mic's muted even when it's not. Okay, guys, you're telling me my mic is muted, but my mic's not muted. Okay, you're being toxic. Okay, I need you to stop. Okay.
Yep.
Shout out to Casey Tron and all her fans who might be watching tonight. We're big fans. We're big Casey Tron fans, definitely. I've learned a lot about League of Legends from watching her play.
Yeah,
what a save! Toulouse. Yes, I fully support her and her women's journey of professional female gaming.
Yes. Her journey, Bronze 1 to Bronze 5.
Yes, and she even borrowed a note from Wayne Gretzky's playbook, as she said, you miss 100% of the skill shots that you don't take.
That's 100% accurate.
Oh, and 100% accurate is not led on the rebound attempt. The first one did not go, but he was there to shove that one in. And with 5 seconds left, is it going to be enough? They're going to get another shot in. This could be it. And it goes just high and wide. So put it in stone. The winner of your game tonight, although it was a good one and a close one, especially at the end there, is 2 Chainz verse on Talk Dirty to Me.
And so our next 2 matchups will either going to be the Machine versus Team Texas or the Generals versus Team Fun, depending on who's here.
The Generals appear to have changed their names to the Genitals tonight.
Well, that's their prerogative, I guess.
Sure.
Just like we have the Machine. There's definitely 4
we do.
of them.
Oh, good. They whole team tonight. Awesome.
And we'll see how much of Team Texas is here. I see DVD and Dick McButts, Crab in a Tree. At least 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's more than they brought and played well with before on some nights.
Mr. Gray here, Gray.
Oh, nice.
For their 4th.
So we've got a genuine 4-on-4 happening here.
Man.
Always good to see.
You know, Team Texas does pretty well when they actually have 4 players.
They do. Yeah, you want to give the lineups, man? I'm excited.
So in blue for the Machine, we have PK Paching, Luchik, Burn Wernham, and Mr. Universe. In red, playing for Team Texas, we have Gray, Dick Van Dyke, DVD, Dick McButts, and Crab in a Tree.
Yeah, both great teams here.
I think we got 2 pretty strong lineups here.
You are in for a treat, as are we all. So, off the opening draw, we'll see where this one goes. It's going to be DVD taking it. Gray in the net for them here. I think they said that Gray was pretty new to the net minding before, but he's certainly acquitted himself well so far. Here is Dick McButts, and they're certainly no stranger to the game, the veteran Dick McButts, the goal-scoring machine for them, as he is up against the Machine's defense. He will try his best to get this in, but it is taken away from him now. Mr. Universe is going to get it. He's battling with DVD at the red line here at center ice, and now it's going to be Dick McButts with a chance. Shoots out. Oh, this one went off both posts and somehow didn't go in.
I think he hit the crossbar, too.
Unbelievable.
Hit the crossbar and then the other post.
Wow, you can't get much closer than that. And here's what that one, PK Paching does not give that one a chance at all. He goes ahead and knocks that one down out of midair, takes it into the corner, looks for the switch up across the rink, and now here is DVD with it. He's going to take the shot. This one a little bit high and over the net, so it's not going to go. Will be pursued in by Dick McButts, who's going to hold it at the blue line. It is blocked and sent back over onto the other side of center ice. And now they're just going to launch one from distance, easily handled by P.K. Paching, another great goaltender here. So now here it goes. Mr. Universe going to chase it down for the Machine, following it into the corner. It's going to go back to the point. And, pursuing Bern Wernham there, as is Mr. Universe. And now they're going to take it back the other way, though. Possible chance for Team Texas. Nope, Dick McButts in big combat there. And here's a chance in front.
Uh-oh.
And finally, Crabbing a Tree is going to get the goal.
They
As
drug
this
that one in.
Yeah, that was P.K. Paching made the initial save, and it was just kind of bobbling around in front, and just one of those momentum goals. Just get enough on it, and eventually hope for it to pop in, and it does. So Team Texas first on the board, making 1-0 with 2:18 left in the first period, and the Machine looking to counter here, but it is stolen. Nope, held in again. And Dick McButts will pick this up and start things going from behind his net here. He switches it up. It's going back to P.K. Paching now. So that one makes its way all the way across the ice, and now taken by Mr. Universe. It looked like it kind of knuckled on him there, and so it's back at center ice, although nobody's really able to get too much on these passes just yet. So DVD and Lucic are going to chase this one into the corner, now sent back around, and a chance in front, and blocked. A bunch of bodies in front are keeping that one out of the goal. So here comes McButts again. He's got a little bit of room to work. DVD following up beautifully as they do a little bit of a 1-2 on him. And this one is going to go wide, sent back out of the zone, and now taken back the other way. So Crabbing a Tree is going to take this. Mr. Universe giving pursuit. We'll go back to the blue line now, as Lucic is going to find Bern Wernham with it. And they will start their run here as he launches one towards the net, just wide to the right. We're under a minute left in the first, and the only point on the board is Team Texas, as the Machine is trying to just hold this in the zone, not able to. Nope, they got it back. Here's a chance, possibly. Bern Wernham with it loose in front. Off the post again, off the crossbar. Bounces up and falls down and does not fall over the line. So it's not over the line, Smokey. Got to mark it 0. 23 seconds left. Here comes Lucic with it. Mr. Universe is going to be there setting up in front for him as he will try to find him. You see Team Texas playing them very close defensively, so not able to do anything with it there. And now sticks are swinging. As 4 seconds left, this one will be wristed from way back and not going in. So we will stay at 1-0 at least for the first period. We'll go to the second. We'll see what happens from there, Conjure.
Indeed, yeah. This is going to be a close game. I'm going to call it right now. It might be obvious after the first period, but yeah, I don't see either of these teams running away with it.
No, they match up very well, I must say. But here's a chance in front, and he's got an empty net, and Lucic buries it. Top shelf where Mama keeps the cookies. You can't give a player like Lucic that much room, but they do, and he gets it done. So we are tied. It didn't take long, well into the second period to make this game a tie game. So, yeah, as we were talking about how evenly matched these teams were, they sort of prove our point. We're like geniuses here, Kellinger.
I know. People have been telling me that for a long time.
Oh, Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we're about a minute in to a tie game,
Sometimes you just
and
gotta
Team
take it and go
Texas.
with it, you know.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Muhammad.
Shot
Oh, Lucic
way
from
down.
downtown with his
Oh,
second, and that one's a difficult one to stop
yeah, I don't
for any
think.
goalie. And Gray had a hard time with that one, and Lucic is second on the board. Yeah,
Yeah,
but Muhammad Ali said, it ain't bragging if you can do it.
I don't think. I don't think Gray saw that shot coming. So I just don't.
Yeah, that
You don't see many of those three-quarter arena wristers, you know.
those can be quite deceptive, I find. And here's one that is almost as deceptive, although a little bit closer in, not going. So the machine definitely getting some pressure on the net, and it's paying off for him here. But yeah, that seems to be a theme that we've seen tonight, is just trying to catch those long distance shots and just lay one in and try to catch somebody unaware. And we find it works very well for the international game as well. Speaking of the international game,
Ooh, yeah.
here in a couple of weeks, the Hockey World Cup, possibly the biggest, well, not just possibly, it is the biggest fucking event in hockey history, like ever. And I know I say that a lot, Killinger. I know I've said that week after week. Oh, this is the biggest fucking hockey event of all time. But you can't get much bigger than an international contest with teams from there's going to be 8 teams, I think, from 7 countries. So this is going to be huge, and this will really, I think, do a lot for international diplomacy. I mean, there's a lot of unrest in the world right now, and I think hockey diplomacy is the way to go. I think it's going to clear up a lot of this bullshit that we're seeing that politics obviously can't take care of. I think that hockey is going to take care of it. And you will see the results of that. That's happening in a couple of weeks. We'll be following it here on IBN, and we're going to get some of our friends who cast on some of the other channels too that handle some of the games for RSL and LHL. We're going to unite the casting community. Big save there, to bring you these games, as it's going to be a huge international event. I'm sure that worldwide news will be talking about it. Your CNNs, your Fox News or whatever, your O'Reillys, your Hannitys, your Rachel Maddows, they're all going to be talking, your Stephen Colbert's, they're all going to be talking about this thing. And we are proud to be part of it. We'll be telling you more about that coming soon. Definitely follow our Hockey Question Mark to find out more on the subreddit, as these countries are assembling their best to come out and play and represent their representatives' countries. So it's going to be a wonderful thing. I am very excited about it, and I think the world is excited about it. It's going to be almost as big as Eurovision. There's a big save again, as PK Paching, while I've been sitting here talking about all this stuff, has made like 2 or 3 big saves, and he is doing a good job of keeping his team with the lead right now. Team Texas definitely putting a lot of hassle on him, but he is up to the task so far, and now Mr. Universe is there to take this possibly. Oh, it rebounds off.
There's nobody in
He
the
came
Texas
out
net.
big. Gray came out big on that, and that was a very proactive move that paid off well for him. So he does stop the goal from being scored. 13 seconds left. Chances are coming in for Team Texas as they push it back into the machine zone. And now here will be Mr. Universe. And now again, the sticks are flying, as that will wind things down. The second period will go to the third with the machine getting a couple of goals there. And so now they are taking the lead here. Team Texas will have to come from behind if they hope to overcome this machine team, who we didn't even know if they would have a full lineup tonight. As Bo Jarzine, their star player, not here. So he was, I saw him post on our Hockey Question Mark earlier to let people know this. And so he put together his lineup and said, do your best, guys. And so far, they certainly are, Kendra. They're playing very well
Pretty
here.
proud, yeah. I don't think if he were here, I don't think he'd have any reason to complain.
Here's another shot from distance. And that one goes wide to the right. So Gray doesn't have to mess with that one. And again, body's flying here. But as you see, they have up. So it's not like you're that kind of creaky old man thing in the new version where you're just trying to get back on your feet. But here's another chance in front. Oh, he swats it in almost, as this one had a chance, but it does not go. So a minute in, and the machine picking up where they left off in this last period, now looking for it in the slot. That one's going to go just wide of the intended receiver there of the pass. And Team Texas is going to have a chance to go on the rush here. 3:48 left in the third. They are trying to get some offensive pressure going, and they will need to do so. And there's one that deflects almost towards the net. Again, wide to the left. And he intercepted. So Team Texas still doing a good job trying to hold this in, but now it will get away from him. And Gray is going to come out and look for the pass. Oh, it's stolen from him. He got a shot off Mr.
Almost made him pay. Almost.
We have seen Mr. Universe play pretty well in the net himself, but there's one that bounces off the crossbar again. And as good as the goalies have been, the crossbars have been even greater, I think, at times tonight.
Defensive MVPs definitely go into the crossbar. at least for one of these games.
Yep. And we'll find out if we're having a third game tonight. I'm not sure if Team Fun, after Claude Giroux saved hockey and brought in like 5,000 new people into the subreddit, and then is going to be an absentee for a second week in a row, I just have to say it again, son, I am disappointed. The shot, and this one is behind the net. But yeah, we'll see if Team Fun brings some people in. I'm not sure. I haven't seen them yet, but they may just be waiting to pop in at the last minute, like woo, because they're Team Fun or the Fun Train. That's right.
Well,
I believe they changed their name quite often. But yes, it's Fun Train, if I am not mistaken, and I could very well be. There's a big save by Gray as he stops this, and DVD's got a little bit of real estate to work with here. He will get around the defenseman, but he got just enough of a piece of that shot to stop it from heading towards the net. 1:39 left. Team Texas trying to pick up the intensity here as time starts to tick down on them, and Gray will begin the play from his end, and it is possibly stolen there. Yeah, bouncing loose. And this one is going to go right out in front, and DVD's going to take it. And DVD, of course, the maker of this rink that you're looking at tonight, this beautiful Royale Cheese Arena surface with the IBN logos, HQML logos, and, of course, the Royale Cheese logo. As we have from Chicago, Illinois, or Boston, Massachusetts, or wherever we're at. We're at PAX right now. We're at PAX with thousands of people. Twitch party is about to be underway. We're waving at the Twitch people right now from over there. Hello, Twitch people. Hello, the beautiful people of gaming.
I got my pre-cast drink from the lovely Twitch caster bar.
Yes. They take care of us very well at Twitch TV. And Dig McButts takes care of business there as he ties it up with 30 seconds left to play.
No pressure,
Gray
guys.
gets credit for the assist. And how about that? You can't ask for, again, a more clutch goal than that one from Dick McButts. And now Team Texas is going to knock this one towards the net. It does not go. It's way over. But 18 seconds left, 17 now. Will we see an overtime in this game? This may not be over just yet.
10 seconds left.
It was looking good for the machine there, but Team Texas just kept with the pressure. They just kept working it.
Nope. Not going to make it in time. Too wide.
And they force it to an overtime.
That last shot actually did make it down. It had the distance on it and the speed. It just didn't have quite the right angle.
Yep. So if you're here watching, you're seeing a very good game once again as the Machine and Team Texas will take it to an OT period. It's going to go beyond regulation into something deeper, darker, and more fascinating. As off the draw, another chance. Team Texas almost got one in there. As the Machine is going to have to settle things down a little bit. Team Texas with the jump right now and still able to hold this in at center ice. Nope, stolen chance possible. Lucic takes it down. He's got Mr. Universe setting up in the slot. Gray comes out to play this, and just in time, he's going to send it back to the other end. PK will be waiting for this along the boards, and he will send it back up to Lucic, who will begin from his own blue line. We'll see where he goes with this. He's going to go ahead and launch it. And again, so some of these have been deadly accurate, and then some of them have been a little bit short of their mark, that one being one of them. But a good effort. And, yeah, you can't blame these guys for making these kinds of shot attempts because a lot of them are landing. Here's one that goes, and they swatted out of the air. The rebound attempt, PK Paching is going to wave this away. And a big play there. So now held in by Team Texas. The Machine is going to steal this. Mr. Universe and Lucic really working hard to try to keep Team Texas out of their zone. But here's one that gets lifted towards the net again. Dick McButt's waiting for it, and it is he's separated from it now. Lucic is going to have a little bit of room to move, works it around the boards, around DVD.
Uh-oh.
Right in the zone, and a big play to stop him there in front of the net. Huge by Gray as he was able to stop that on-rushing Lucic, who, yeah, that's always a dangerous sight to see when he's right there ready to pull the trigger, but he was unafraid, and he made the save. So under 3 minutes left in this first overtime period. Will we need more? Who knows? These guys are both getting lots of good opportunities, and all it takes is one in the golden goal rules of hockey ? So the Machine trying to get something going here, and will they be able to get this loose on the break? They almost do. Circling will be DVD. He's going to send this back, and intercepted by Lucic out on the wing and stopped on its way. There's DVD. He's got crap in a tree behind him, and they've got chances to move here. DVD coming with it. PK Paching, huge, taking it away from him. And these goalies are really getting more frisky here. They're starting to really push forward and stop these plays because, well, the next goal wins. So you're seeing a lot more sense of urgency among these guys who are playing in the nets here between the pipes. So back at center ice now. It goes from one side of the rink down to the other. Now back to where DVD will pick it up, and with no pressure is going to take his time to set up on offense for Team Texas. 1:41 left in this overtime. He will start to make it move here as he's looking for his teammates. He's going to send one, go ahead and dump it towards the net. PK Paching will take this out and look for Lucic on the wing. Crab in a tree is there to stop him, staying with him all the way as they want to keep an eye on Lucic. They definitely do. He is definitely a goal scorer for this Machine team. But so is Dick McButts, and he's there for Team Texas as they are trying to keep it away from him. And so now back to the other side. Team Texas on the move, setting up in front. Beautiful pass, not able to convert, though, as it looked like crab in a tree had him on the wing there, but not able to do anything with that. And they are playing them very tightly on defense now. Sometimes that's works in their favor, sometimes not. PK Paching will take it, though, and send it around the boards. Lucic with a chance to start this up. Stolen. Dick McButts with room. Oh, it's off the crossbar again. Bounces up and over. Oh, man, Killinger, how many times is that going to happen tonight? It's a rhetorical question.
I heard
but
skipped a beat there. I'm not sure.
Oh, man. Good Lord. Okay, but here we go. 17 seconds left. Still time on the board. Oh, and a big save. PK Paching as he knocks this away. Here's another chance in front. And it's the rebound attempt that does not go. 5 seconds left. We're going to a second overtime.
Yes. At this rate, at this rate, man, if the Fun Train team doesn't show up, then that's, we'll have played almost an entire other game for them.
Yep. So, we'll go to period 5 of this game. Off the draw, the shot. Nope. But a good effort. That's what you got to do. So here we go. The Machine with a nice pass here. He will try to set up something in front in the slot there. He shoots off the post again. The ringer off the crossbar. As this one bounced, I thought it might go in, man. It just bounced really down in front.
Yeah, yes. Richard Kublas, Mother of God. Yes.
But now here they are, as almost catching them out there is the Machine, as they had a chance, and now lifting a wrister back down into their zone. Who will get to this first? They're going to chase it in. Dick McButts is there. Bern Wernham is there. And now they will circle around and switch it up. Off the boards, DVD may have a chance at this. Lucic is going to get to it before he does, though. And switch it up. Stolen. Dick McButts. And again, with the play just kind of scattered, the Machine, very good rink awareness to stop these passes and break things up, as looking for the breakaway attempts are this Team Texas team, and just not able to convert them. The Machine has just been in the right places at the right times, and now Team Texas doing the same, but it is going to rebound, and Mr. Universe is going to have a chance at it. Big save again by Gray as he makes the stop there. We're in the second overtime, and something has to give eventually, but so far it has not. The Machine and Team Texas, we said these teams were matching up pretty well. Here's a chance, though, and again, Team Texas stops them on defense, and so Bern Wernham is going to have to reload here. Actually, he's going to let P.K. Paching do it. Waiting for it, he's going to go ahead and throw this back around, and there's a shot from distance. Gray is going to come out and play this, and now Team Texas will set up their offense again with the dump down. Dick McButts going to wait for P.K. Paching to play it along the boards. Almost has a shot at it there. Sends it across into the slot. Crabbing a tree. It was just wide of where his stick was. So they almost did a very quick turnaround there to make a pretty good play on offense. But nothing doing. So now back at center ice, the Machine trying to dislodge this from him, as Crabbing a Tree is there, Dick McButts is there, and this one is again picked his pocket. It's going to go back though. P.K. Paching will have a chance again to play it along the boards. He likes to do it this way, and Crabbing a Tree loose shoots. Oh, and the rebound attempt. Dick McButts gets it. He scores. Unbelievable. That was just a relentless effort, and that one kind of a delay there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that because it took a while for that. So, oh man, yeah, they'll have to review that, I think. But that was a hell of a game.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, P.K. Paching has nothing to hang his head about on that. Wow. But yes, the rebound there, Dick McButts sending it in. There's some sort of collision. We'll have to look at the replays. And the puck does go over the line. I mean, it's not a glitch goal. It is a goal. The question is whether there was interference on the play. But it may be kind of like when the Dallas Stars won against the Sabres. You know, just it was probably illegal, but fuck it, it's overtime and everybody wants to go home, so it's a goal.
Well, and I mean, if you look at the Look at who's in the server right now. Team Texas got the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, all right, we won, bye, and just left.
Yes, as a cyber athlete, I find that that's always a smart move.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than stay and argue about it, if you're the beneficiary of the call, you don't waste any time debating about it. You say, okay,
And
we outie.
Like the Generals versus TM here.
Yeah, we're getting a bonus game since the Fun Train didn't bother to show up after bringing thousands of new players and viewers into Hockey Question Mark. I'm going to have a little talk with Claude.
Yeah.
Our young friend Claude. The author of the only Killinger and Winter's erotic fanfic that I know of to exist.
Yeah, me too.
There may be more out there. I don't know if I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Google for it.
Nope. So I don't think this is an official game here.
No, this is just a bonus for the people that have watched all night. And what a night of hockey it's been, Killinger. So, and it does give even if Fun Train didn't show up, you got to give the Generals, or the Genitals as they are billed tonight, for showing up. So, yeah, if you want to give the lineups, man.
All right, well. In
Genital
red,
Salami leading it off.
There we go. In red, we have Ticklebox, or Tickle tonight, Ev, Galchenyuk, and Salami. And in blue, playing because, well, they just feel like it, and they just already played a double, almost triple overtime game. Mr. Universe, Luchik, and Bern Wernham.
Yeah, so it's a 4-on-3. But they are up for it nevertheless. And here again, the star of the game, the framework of the goal, making another big stop.
Well, I have to say that this is probably going to be the last game streamed here of the evening.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because the perfect woman, Nico Case, is about to be on stage at Coachella on YouTube.
Well, there you go.
I have a date.
Well, good luck with that.
Yes, indeed. As we are about halfway through this first period, though, we got to give the credit to the Genitals for showing up, as it's always good to have the Genitals show up. Yeah, and it looks like we have some people joining. I don't know if they're aware that they're part of this or not. There's Vaxellen, who so far has not yet moved from the face-off circle. Maybe just amazed at the spectacle taking place in front of him here. I'm not sure, he or she. Well, we're equally, we don't discriminate based on gender here on the Independent Broadcast Network or Friday Night Hockey or the HQML.
No, that's very true. I don't think anyone here really cares. This is just kind of a bonus game.
Yes, this does not count for points. This will not count towards the $10 million prize pool that is given to the HQML victors eventually. And I don't even know if we've got Xboxes or Wii U's to give away for this game, like we did from our booth here at PAX.
Well, I mean, the Generals, aka Genitals, they already won theirs. I mean, they had a free win tonight. Their opponent didn't show up. This is just for fun now.
That is very true. Yes.
So yeah, and they get, I guess, both an Xbox and a Wii U since the team that lost didn't even show up.
That's true. We cannot penalize them because
which was the winner's prize and which was the loser's prize. I'll leave as an exercise for the listener.
Yeah. Oh, and Salami with his second of the game. Yeah, we just like we don't want to get into gender politics, we don't want to get into console politics for damn sure. That's even more sticky than gender politics, if that's even possible.
Oof. Yeah, definitely possible. Yeah, you don't.
And the Stars winning over St. Louis tonight, so it looks like they may have a pretty good shot at the playoffs if they don't collapse here. They're up to. I hate these fonts they use on this fucking cast. It's 3-0, I believe is what that says.
Right. Good to know.
When
We'll
you
never
when you're
use those
watching
fonts.
on a non-HD TV and then you're trying to figure out what these actual scores are, sometimes it's difficult. And on local casts where they're not stretched out in weird ways, they squash them.
Well, we're saving the Neo Geos are for the rich kids, and we're saving those for at least the playoffs.
Yeah, you might get a 3DO, or a Sega CD.
Power
Probably
graphics
still got
16
you.
or whatever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Turbo Graphics.
Graphics, yeah. I'm running out of 80s and 90s.
Yes, the Odyssey from Magnavox.
It's from Magnavox. With 8 colors.
Oh God, it's been a long night.
Indeed, it has. It's been a long night.
But what a journey of Hockey ? It has truly been. We saw the new version. We went back to the original version, and we saw so much good action here from the HQML. This has been a really good season, this season 4. The league has just really picked up a lot, and it's very closely matched. I mean, we keep saying that. I mean, we say it from game to game, but yeah, there is no clear-cut favorite for the playoffs or the finals right now. I think all of these teams, we'll see how they do in the standings. I mean, we're starting to get to the point of the year where the standings make a difference, and some teams will make it and some teams won't. But week to week, any of these teams, and Lucic, whoa, with a burner in there, is not able to slow that down any. He just a little bit, but not enough to his tickle. Did make the initial tickle save, but couldn't stop the goal from coming because that was just too much on that one. But yeah, from week to week, from game to game, I think these games are played very closely. I think that there's a lot of the word parity comes up a lot, and we like to see that.
They're very tough to predict because they are so close.
And remember, this is coming from a league. And Galchenyuk with a nice one there. This is a league where we don't have a draft, where there's no clear-cut way of assembling teams other than, hey, guys, let's make a team. And what a save there by Mr. Universe, who chops that down. Yeah, we've been doing this for a while. We'll have to figure out when the exact one-year anniversary is so we can have our special one-year.
Sometime in May, I believe.
I think you're right.
Well, I'm sure there's records on the subreddit. You can go back and figure it out.
Yes, the historians of Hockey ? I'm sure will be of assistance in helping us sort all this out. But yes, the long and storied history of the league, and it just continues on, and it gets bigger, and that's a wonderful thing. And the fact that we're getting support for the game from Cryptic Sea, and there's a very bright future for this game. The first ever international World Cup competition coming up, that's big. I mean, there was a time when there were all these little kind of insular hockey pockets of activity around the world, and nobody really talked to each other or kept up with anything that was going on. But Bern Wernham shoots and scores with an assist from Mr. Universe. But this is a pretty good game we're seeing here, even though it's not on the schedule tonight. But yes, these teams, two of the teams that we may see heading towards the finals of HQML. But yeah, the hockey was kind of a thing that we never really heard much about the Russian game, although we knew they were good. We never really heard much about the English game, although we found out they're pretty damn good too. I mean, we didn't know about the way the game was played in Ukraine or Belarus, but now all these teams, we're all speaking, if not the same language, we're speaking the language of hockey, and there's a lot of communication between all the people around the world that play, and I think that's great. And what a great goal there by Salami. Hat trick 4-2. The Generals, or the Genitals, whichever you choose to call them by any name, it is a 4-2 lead here.
I just checked the records, and what we're witnessing here is a little bit of a preview for a game that's scheduled to take place on May 2nd. These two teams will meet in the last week of the regular season for season 4.
And that could be one that determines playoff positions or whether teams actually get in the playoffs. And Salami, if he keeps scoring like this, it's looking pretty good for this General team. As, Burrows like, Vax, you're breaking my balls here. Okay, well. Vax not one of the guys that usually plays with the machine, I guess, or one of the newer players for the machines. So, kind of finding his feet, his or her feet.
Yeah, he's watching the stream. We appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate everybody that watched the stream tonight. And I hope you've enjoyed the action so far. It's been great. And I hope you thought so, too. Can't see how you couldn't think it was great. These teams have really put on a show for us this evening. Even when they're unfamiliar with the game, like in the new version, it's still pretty entertaining. And I think the skills transfer over pretty well. And so it won't take long for some of these guys who are standout players in the 55 version to also be pretty damn good in the new versions coming out. And at some point, I'm not sure when everybody will transition over to the new versions. Right now, as far as league play and stuff goes, it's never good form to change in mid-season. I know that. So we'll probably be looking at, there'll be one of these breaks in seasons where everybody just says, okay, we're moving over. But, there's going to be a transitional period, and so that will be an interesting thing to see. I mean, a lot's going to be happening in the next year for Hockey Question Mark. And for IBN, we've got a bunch of games that we are covering that we will be covering more extensively in the weeks and months to come. And we hope to tell you more about that soon. I always say that, but it's true.
It's true, every week.
And, of course, the Drunken Masters, normally... some nights we would be doing a Drunken Master, but since this has gone a little later than usual, we probably won't.
Probably not tonight, no.
No, we've still got 351 left on this one, though, for your viewing entertainment, and it's been entertaining so far, but it's mostly been about this General team. They have looked pretty good here against the machine with a 5-2 lead. They are holding on by 3 with 3.5 minutes left, and we'll see what the machine has left for them as they put up a pretty good fight there against Team Texas. And, we'll see what the judges rule on that. I think it's probably going to be pretty much like it played out, but we'll see. I kind of feel bad for P.K. Paching. I mean, he played like a champion all night long. And so that last goal is a tough one to take. I mean, it's... when you play that position, it's that's a tough one to take. It really is. So I understand his frustration, as do the whole machine team. We'll see if pretty good here by Tickle with the Tickle save, as he's getting it done for his team on in the nets too. We've seen some great goaltending tonight in general. And here's one that doesn't have to be saved by Mr. Universe, another standout goalie. It goes over the net. Doesn't have to do much with that. 2:26 left. And here's a shot, and Lucic knuckles one from distance. Makes it 5-3. That's his second of the game. And Tickle getting a little ribbing from his team here on that one. But those are tough shots to stop, especially in this version. Now, in the new version, when you've got full body puck collision, I think the goal position will evolve a lot. I think we'll start seeing people use their full body to make saves in interesting ways. Like I know that hitting the shift button and doing that crouch, that was helping me a lot, because you feel like you're filling up more of the net when you crouch down like that. Here's another one from Mr. Universe. And second
Making
verse
ourselves a game here.
Yeah, it's 5-4. That's his first of the game. And now off the draw, they've got another chance again.
Here.
Loose shot. And this one's saved by Ticklebox as he gets the blade on it. And now they're just going to try to get this the hell out of the zone. They've got 1:28 left to hold these guys off, and Ticklebox has his hands full with this machine team as the Generals they've already won. They've already won on the scoreboard because the fun train did not show. I'm very sad about that, and yes, very disappointed. I mean, what good is it to save hockey and then lose one's soul? Yeah.
Yeah, it's deep. I'm not sure how to respond to the save hockey, but at what cost?
But at what cost?
But at what cost? Yeah.
Well, it's been a deep night, man. And I want to encourage everybody while we're doing all this stuff to follow the YouTube where you can see all these games. If you go to IBN Casting, type that into YouTube, you can go to our YouTube site and you can hit the subscribe button where you can we have over 50 subscribers now, I understand. We're only a few away from PewDiePie with 25 million. And we're hoping to catch up very quickly. And I think we will with the influx of players that we've got and fans of Hockey Question Mark. And Lujic, he ties it up.
4 seconds
left.
I'm dropping
backhander.
I'm dropping links in chat, getting ready for us to sign off. And
goodness. How about that? So
all right, well,
that comeback dough. Yes, I agree. So now we go to yet another overtime game this evening. Again, what we're saying about parity and about these teams being evenly matched and blah, blah, blah. There it is on the scoreline. It reflects that very much. Here's the shot, and it's off the draw going wide. So, yeah, but the point still stands. PewDiePie, blah, blah, blah. Follow us on YouTube. You can go there, and we are hoping to, I guess our next milestone is 100. And their next milestone is a chance in front. Salami with his fifth is going to do it for the Generals, a.k.a. the Genitals, a.k.a. put it in stone. They win not only on the boards, but in the actual game that they play tonight against the Machine. So, yeah, Mr. Universe saying 4v3, at least we got to overtime, and very much agreed, man. The Machine, they're a fan favorite for a reason. They come and they play hard every week, and sometimes they win, sometimes they lose, but some character players on that team, some people that, you'd go to war with. And so our hats are off to them and all these teams that played for you tonight. So, yes, follow us on IBN Casting at Twitter as well, as we will tell you all about the games that we will be covering here in the weeks and months to come. Not just hockey, but all sorts of games, as lots of exciting things on the way for you in 2014. We're very excited. And follow us on Twitter, our individual Twitters. Killinger is at Dr. Is Sin, and I am at Winners with the One. And I am Winners with the One, and I think that's as good a place to wrap it up as any. Killinger, your final thoughts tonight, man? We've had a lot to digest here.
Some action-packed. I mean, this is one of our longer casts for Friday night, coming in at right around 2 hours, but there was a lot of crazy hockey action. I think it's well worth every minute.
Absolutely, and we hope you enjoyed it at home as well. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, we hope you enjoy the cast, because it was a lot of fun for us. And don't forget to join us next Friday. We'll be back with Week 5 of Season 4. Hopefully I'll remember that it's Week 5 during the actual Week 5. And as HQML action continues with 3 games from 6 teams of the 7 that are in the league currently, and some open skate, and who knows what else. I mean, we didn't expect to be showing you the new version of Hockey Question Mark this week, so that was a nice surprise. And so thanks to Cryptic Sea for continuing to support the game and the community. Thank you so much to the community for supporting the game and for supporting the Independent Broadcast Network. And thanks to everybody who watches IBN. We appreciate you very much, and we are committed to keeping it going and bringing you high-quality action every week. And no matter what the game, no matter what the league, no matter what's happening, there's a lot happening, and we hope to be covering it at a very high level and bringing you the quality that you expect and deserve. So from all of us here at the Independent Broadcast Network, and Dr. Killinger, I am Winners with the One. Thank you, everybody. Good night.